and it just gets delivered monthly. We're going to be available in Walmart very soon, and hopefully some other places like World Market and stuff like that by the end of the year. We had our best June ever last June. July has been amazing, although we got a little behind on production because we try to roast everything in the smallest possible batches. Yeah, once we're on Walmart, that'll be awesome too, because Walmart takes half as much as Amazon does. So basically my customers can just buy from Walmart and I make an extra $1.50 a bag. Nothing changes. You still probably get free shipping anyway. I'm really excited, you know, to be launching on Walmart. Really big step. After that, and then I have to buy like official UPC codes for all my SKUs, which is going to be very expensive. So I'm going to wait on that. But once that's done, we'll be able to get into Target and World Market and my local grocery store. So I've got big expansion. We'll be in Canada, hopefully by the end of the year. If not, early next year, because I know I have a lot of Canadian viewers. So buycbc.com. We'll take you directly to our Amazon store. You can buy there. You'll also be able to get us via Walmart by the end of next month. Hopefully in the middle of the month. I've already begun stocking up there. That's going to be amazing. Then I have to redo all my packaging and purchase official UPCs. Then we'll be on shelves. And then we'll be in World Market and Target. And Canada. Canada, hopefully by the end of the year.
Welcome back, everyone. During the Walmart video, Luther and I discussed why it seemed unlikely that Jeremy Hambley, also known as TheQuartering, was unlikely to get Coffee Brand Coffee into Walmart store shelves like he had been promising for some time.
You know, mild annoyance, had to deal with some paperwork with the FDA and the whatever. That's it. Everybody's good. Everything's good. Sales continue to crush it. We're going to be available at Walmart soon. Although that's really slowed down. Or something stupid like that, because I wanted to build an actual brand. We're close to being into Walmart. We send it to get put into K-Cups because owning our own K-Cup machine was cost prohibitive at the time. Now, once we're into Walmart, then we're gonna do it. Then it'll be easy. We'll have the money and the volume. It's really a volume thing. Soon we'll be in Walmart, and then they can take their pictures, their greasy little face next to it, flipping off my bag of coffee. That'll be just fine by me. Really all working on coffee now too. So Ben is currently redesigning all of my coffee packaging so that we can be on the shelves at Walmart and Target. They have different requirements. Growing my coffee company, which will be in Walmart soon, or available at Walmart, at least on their website at first, and then I have to get UPCs printed on the boxes. I've just been focusing on that.
Today, we will be providing an update to this, as well as discussing Jeremy's new venture for Coffee Brand Coffee, which includes Target, World Market, and expanding into Canada. Hi, I'm Misty Mochi. I like to deep dive and archive the things the internet is talking about. If you enjoy this type of content, please subscribe to the channel and give the video a like if you learned something today. The last time we discussed Coffee Brand Coffee being available in retail stores, we discussed the challenges and uphill battles Coffee Brand Coffee would have to make it onto Walmart store shelves. There has been some movement in this area. Jeremy has recently mentioned that he has spent a significant amount of money to have the packaging redesigned for Walmart.
Before it'll be on the shelves officially, I have to spend about 75 grand to reprint 100 to 200,000 bags and boxes, because to be officially on the shelves, I need to have a UPC code. Every dollar for the next 6 months will go towards buying more bags, which is kind of demoralizing, but it will make me available. It will make it available so that I'll be able to be on the shelves at Walmart, Target, World Market. I started negotiations with all of them. And then my local grocery store said they would carry it. I mean, it's not going to move the needle, but at least it'll be cool. They're a chain, but it's not going to. They have a special Wisconsin product section, so maybe some will move, but.
We can confirm this from yet another search bar leak showing that Jeremy was viewing a OneDrive folder for new Coffee Brand Coffee packaging to include the address of what I believe to be the distributor. Jeremy has also confirmed that Coffee Brand Coffee will be available on Walmart Marketplace to start.
Will CBC be in Walmart shelves, online, or both? It'll be on both, of course. To be on the shelf there, we have to purchase UPCs. Like you have to actually buy a UPC. So the shelves will be slower because it's expensive. So I can't just buy 30 new UPCs at once. So I got to wait and buy a couple at a time. Then I have to reprint the bags and packages with the UPC on it. So it'll be a slow rollout to the shelves. But my representative at Walmart said, getting available on the website first will make it much easier to get the shelf space because you'll be able to tell Walmart, hey, look, we have sales volume. The shelf space at Walmart will be a slower rollout. We'll probably start with our big sellers first, like our flavors.
As of August 11th, 2026, Coffee Brand Coffee was available for purchase on Walmart Marketplace. He also managed to dox himself in the process, go figure. So far, there are only 2 products, though I would imagine more products will be rolling out over the coming days. Yet, before even 1 bag of Coffee Brand Coffee was available at Walmart for sale, Jeremy was already planning Coffee Brand Coffee's expanded reach into places like Target, World Market, and into Canada. I wanted to look at this in a similar manner to how we reviewed potential roadblocks for Coffee Brand Coffee to get into Walmart. Let's start with Target. Target is arguably the second largest retailer in the United States behind Walmart. Target has some similarities with Walmart for a business pitching a product into their stores. For example, Target also requires products to have GS1 barcodes, liability insurance, and an active DUNS number. Where Target differs from Walmart is in the kind of products they offer. Walmart operates on high volume and low cost items with their recognizable everyday low price motto. However, Target markets itself with a curated discovery model. This means they carry fewer SKUs per category, prefer premium branding, aesthetic design, and brands that offer a better for you option. While Walmart customers shop there for value, Target customers are willing to pay a bit more for something that seems unique or hard to find, or aligns with their values. In the previous video, I discussed how Walmart has an annual open call where businesses can come to Walmart headquarters to pitch directly to Walmart buyers. Target takes a different approach to finding new products for their stores. One option is the Target Accelerators program. Think of this like a mentorship program. Businesses participate in a multi-week, high-intensity training program where they work with Target retail executives on things like pitch strategies, supply chain scaling, packaging design, and margin requirements. At the end of the program, businesses pitch their products to Target hoping to earn a regional test run. 2 things to consider are that the Target Accelerators program is invite only and that the businesses that participate in this program are not guaranteed to be offered a regional test run. It is my opinion that it would be very difficult for Coffee Brand Coffee to receive an invitation to this program unless Jeremy already had an existing network which could facilitate this happening. Another option businesses can use to pitch their items to Target is by utilizing a third-party company like RangeMe. RangeMe is a product discovery platform that connects suppliers and buyers in a shorter amount of time than a business trying to call or email retail chains individually. RangeMe specifically focuses on food service and retail, which would make this a likely option for Coffee Brand Coffee to use to attempt to connect with a Target buyer. While RangeMe does not guarantee a company like Target will select Coffee Brand Coffee to stock in their store, I believe it is more likely of an option for Coffee Brand Coffee than the Target Accelerators program. Next, let's talk about the financial aspect of having a product on Target store shelves. Hypothetically, if Coffee Brand Coffee managed to get some of their coffee on Target store shelves, Target has specific financial expectations Coffee Brand Coffee would need to meet. First, Target expects a healthy retail margin. Coffee Brand Coffee would sell coffee to Target at a fixed wholesale price. In turn, Target would expect Coffee Brand Coffee's coffee to be priced with a 40 to 50% margin based on the shelf price. Let's put this formula into practice. For our example, we will hypothesize that Coffee Brand Coffee's Blueberry Cobbler flavored coffee retails on a Target store shelf for $19.99, which is the price it retails for currently on Amazon and coffeebrandcoffee.com. Additionally, since Target tends to be a bit pricier than Walmart, $19.99 is probably a more realistic price point for a 12-ounce bag of coffee. Therefore, that bag of coffee would have to wholesale between $8 and $10. The question then becomes, can Coffee Brand Coffee get their costs in line with that wholesale price? Unfortunately, we don't know the exact financials for Coffee Brand Coffee, so it is impossible for me to guess whether this would be reasonable at this stage. Jeremy claims he only makes $1 per bag selling that same bag of coffee on Amazon at present. If we assume this is true, then the current margins would not meet Target's requirement of a 40 to 50% margin. Furthermore, Target will most likely attempt additional negotiations with Coffee Brand Coffee to reduce the wholesale price even more. An additional allowance of about 1 to 3% would be expected to cover any damaged or expired product. On top of that, Coffee Brand Coffee would be expected to eat the cost for any sales Target runs on Coffee Brand Coffee's products or promotional marketing material like an end cap placement to be included in Target's weekly promotional circular or digital ads on Target's website. When you consider all these additional expenses, the wholesale cost of our 12-ounce bag of blueberry cobbler goes from $8 to $10 to about $6 to $8. An advantage of selling in Target over Walmart is that Target pays businesses out on a net 60 plan rather than a net 90 plan, meaning businesses get paid within 60 days of sales rather than in 90 days. Additionally, Target offers an accelerated payment schedule of 10 to 15 days for a 2% fee. Another similarity to Walmart is Target's online store called Target Plus. Though the similarity between Target Plus and Walmart Marketplace ends here. Target Plus operates much differently than Walmart Marketplace. For starters, while almost any registered business can sell on Walmart Marketplace, Target Plus is invite only. Target strictly controls the platform to make third-party items blend seamlessly with Target's own inventory, allowing shoppers to use Target Circle discounts, get 5% off with their Target Red Card, and make returns directly at their local Target store. Now, the question is, how does a business get invited to the Target Plus platform? While any business can apply to be a part of Target Plus, it is not a guarantee that they will be selected. An application can be filed through plus.target.com and include information like their business details, product line, sales performance, and logistics plan. Target will also look at businesses that already exist on e-commerce platforms like Shopify because Target will know the information has already been validated and available for them to review. CoffeeBrandCoffee.com already operates on the Shopify e-commerce platform. When you select an item, you have the option to redirect and quote-unquote buy with shop, which is Shopify. Also, while we are here, let's take a quick detour about coffeebrandcoffee.com. Jeremy recently updated Coffee Brand Coffee's website. Special thanks to Crazy Sharp on X for bringing this to my attention. Up until very recently, Jeremy was always pushing people to visit Coffee Brand Coffee's Amazon store page via a redirect link of buycbc.com. It was recently discovered that when a customer used that link, an Amazon affiliate cookie linked to Jeremy would automatically drop on the customer's browser. What makes this a problem is that at no time did Jeremy or anyone affiliated with Coffee Brand Coffee disclose that this was happening by using this URL redirect link. Amazon affiliate links are very common among content creators and nothing new. However, customers must be made aware of the affiliate link cookies being activated in their browser. This is usually done by the content creator letting their audience know that it is an Amazon affiliate link or that they earn a commission from whatever the customer purchases through Amazon. Not only was this not happening, but the link would also track a customer's data. And Jeremy would earn a commission on anything the customer purchased across Amazon for a 24-hour period following them accessing buycbc.com. Special thanks also goes out to Quartering Vlogs on X who discovered this information. Since this information was discovered, Jeremy has started to push for customers to visit coffeebrandcoffee.com instead of the Amazon store. Crazy Sharp believes this is because Coffee Brand Coffee earns a higher profit margin if you purchase from coffeebrandcoffee.com instead of Amazon. It is also my opinion that by pushing customers to buy from coffeebrandcoffee.com instead of Amazon, Jeremy also now has more customer data than he did through Amazon. It is also my opinion that Coffee Brand Coffee was getting lost in the shuffle on Amazon because there are so many options for coffee on their website. The other interesting thing that Crazy Sharp points out is that the default option on coffeebrandcoffee.com when you want to buy something is subscribe and save. Coffee Brand Coffee is offering a 5% discount if you do this, which equates to only a $1 discount. Plus, there is no easy option to cancel the subscription. A customer would have to email Coffee Brand Coffee and hope that Jeremy responds to them to get it canceled before the next recurring payment goes through. Jeremy has also told us that he is the only one handling customer service emails. Additionally, some states have laws surrounding auto renewal subscription services. For example, there is the California Automatic Renewal Law. If selling to someone in California, Coffee Brand Coffee would need to allow the customer to opt in to the subscription. The option cannot be automatically selected for them. The law states that a company must get the customer's express affirmative consent rather than passive consent. Another potential issue under the law is that the cancellation policy is not clearly displayed. Instead, the customer must click a hyperlink to view the cancellation policy, which is in violation of California ARL. What are some potential issues Coffee Brand Coffee could face if they are violating California ARL? For one, California would consider any sale in its current format as an unconditional gift. Under California Business and Professional Code 17603, any goods or services sent to a consumer under an unlawful automatic renewal are legally deemed an unconditional gift to the consumer. This means that the customer is not legally required to pay for any product that is considered an unconditional gift, nor are they required to return it if Coffee Brand Coffee were to ask for it back. Furthermore, if a customer paid for products from Coffee Brand Coffee that were in violation of California ARL, they could demand a refund from Coffee Brand Coffee under California law. Coffee Brand Coffee could also open themselves up to potential class action lawsuits, government and regulatory civil fines, both from the state of California and the FTC. Now that we have completed our side quest, let's get back to talking about Target Plus. Target's corporate office maintains a high standard for products offered on Target Plus. Businesses that sell on Target Plus are held to strict performance standards. Specifically, there are 4 main things that Target's corporate office looks for. The first is shipping. Businesses are expected to process and ship orders within 24 hours, with the items reaching the customer in no more than 5 business days. When I ordered my blueberry cobbler bag from Amazon back in July, it took almost 2 weeks for the bag to reach me. Next is fulfillment. Target Plus does not allow a business to fulfill orders through Amazon multi-channel fulfillment or Walmart fulfillment services. Packages must arrive in plain, unbranded boxes using approved carriers such as UPS, FedEx, or the US Postal Service. The issue here is that Coffee Brand Coffee would have to carry fulfillment in multiple places. Not only are they carrying fulfillment with Amazon and now Walmart, but it sounds like they would have to set up a third fulfillment channel specifically for Target Plus. The third standard is product returns. Target accepts all returns from Target Plus purchases in their stores. The business is responsible for the return costs and must accept bulk return shipments from Target. Where are these bulk returns going to go when you get them from Target, Jeremy? The final standard is pricing. Products are expected to be equal or have lower pricing than what is offered on the business's own website or another online retailer. Additionally, if a customer purchases Coffee Brand Coffee with their red card, Coffee Brand Coffee would be expected to absorb the 5% discount from the red card purchase, as well as cover the shipping costs for the customer. If done correctly, Target Plus can be a great stepping stone for a business to reach Target stores. Hypothetically, if Coffee Brand Coffee K-Cup pods sold well, Target has instant access to this data, and an argument can be made for it to be sold on store shelves too. Coffee Brand Coffee may not have to compete with as many coffee companies on Target Plus as they are on Walmart Marketplace or Amazon, which can help build credibility with Target customers. Jeremy has also discussed possibly selling Coffee Brand Coffee in World Market. World Market operates entirely differently to Target, Walmart, or Amazon. World Market operates as a lifestyle, specialty, and import retailer. They are known for eclectic branding, global origins, unique flavor profiles, and things that wouldn't be found in a major retail store. When it comes to coffee, World Market doesn't want standard mass market 12-ounce bags. Instead, they look for coffee that makes a good gift or novelty purchase. They also look for more special single origin coffees. Right now, the only coffees that Coffee Brand Coffee sells that would meet this ask are the Kona and Ethiopian Light Roast. Most of Coffee Brand Coffee's coffee is made with Arabica beans, which may not necessarily attract World Market to Coffee Brand Coffee as a potential brand for their store shelves. Arabica beans can be considered single origin or a blend. It simply depends on how those beans were harvested. If the beans were harvested and mixed with Robusta beans, then it would be considered a blend. However, if the Arabica coffee is sourced on its own, then it would be considered single origin. Unlike Walmart, Target, or Amazon, World Market does not have a dedicated platform of their own for businesses to apply or to sell at their locations. Instead, they rely on discovery platforms like RangeMe, which we discussed earlier. The other common way a business can grab the attention of World Market buyers is by attending trade shows like the Efficient Collaborative Retail Marketing ECRM show, or by working with a food broker who has an active vendor account with World Market. This appears to be like an independent sales representative connecting a business to Walmart for a meeting. World Market has specific requirements for businesses just like Walmart, Amazon, and Target, so we won't spend too much time on these. World Market requires a business to have GS1 barcodes, a business tax ID, and DUNS number. However, there are other things that World Market requires. One of these things is an FDA-registered roasting facility with strict batch tracking, shelf life labeling, and a clear recall plan. We know that one of the biggest issues with Coffee Brand Coffee is that they have been intentionally silent on where the coffee is being roasted and manufactured. People have been asking for this information for months. Would Coffee Brand Coffee provide it now if World Market is asking for it? Much like Target, World Market expects businesses to have a healthy margin between 45 and 55% based on the retail shelf price. If Coffee Brand Coffee was accepted by World Market, they would sell products to World Market at a wholesale price, and then World Market would set the retail price. World Market would also pay out a business on a net 60 or net 90 plan. It is also worth noting that World Market does not have an open third-party online marketplace like Walmart Marketplace or Target Plus. Whatever is sold on World Market's website is also available on store shelves, with the products being vetted and purchased by World Market's buyers. A business cannot use any third-party systems, create seller accounts, upload their own product listings, or ship orders directly to consumers. That is all handled by World Market. World Market's website is a traditional integrated retail model rather than an open marketplace. The other claim Jeremy has been making is that he wants to expand Coffee Brand Coffee into the Canadian market for all of his Canadian fans and potential customers. though he has not specified if he is doing this directly through coffeebrandcoffee.com or via Amazon or Walmart. Expanding a US based coffee company business across the border requires navigating cross border trade mechanics, food safety regulations, labeling mandates, tax, and customs structures. Since coffee is an edible product, Canada's Customs Agency and Food Safety Authority closely regulate imports. Food and beverage is regulated by the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, or CFIA, under the Safe Food for Canadians Regulations, or SFCR. The first step in Coffee Brand Coffee being compliant with Canadian regulations is to obtain a Safe Foods for Canadians SFC license. Therefore, either Coffee Brand Coffee or Coffee Brand Coffee's Canadian distributor must hold this license, which is why I stated I wasn't sure if Coffee Brand Coffee is going to sell into Canada directly or through a third-party platform like Amazon or Walmart. In addition to an SFC license, Coffee Brand Coffee would need to have a non-resident importer or NRI license if Coffee Brand Coffee decides to sell direct to consumer or to a Canadian business without using a Canadian-based importer. Both licenses can be purchased together for around $225 to $230 USD for a 2-year license. To obtain the correct licenses, Canada's government requires a business to provide a preventative control plan on top of paying these fees. The PCP must identify that the roasting, grinding, and packaging facility meets food safety standards, sanitation and pest management standards, and full traceability records in the event of product recalls. This means the Canadian government is going to want to know where Coffee Brand Coffee's roasting and manufacturing facility are located. Is Coffee Brand Coffee or Jeremy going to provide this information to the Canadian government? They must in order to remain compliant. Canada also has strict laws regarding how food and beverage products are labeled per the Consumer Packaging and Labeling Act, which is overseen by CFIA. Labeling that is compliant with regulatory agencies in the United States most often do not meet labeling requirements established by the Canadian government. One of the big differences is that Canada requires bilingual labeling. All mandatory text must be presented in both English and French with equal prominence. Therefore, a product declaration on the bag, such as whole bean coffee, must also be given in French with the same prominence. Next, any weight measurements listed on the bag must be primarily given in metric units, such as grams or kilograms. Ounces can be included, though Canada requires it to be secondary to the metric unit. After that, the full company name and address, including USA, must be listed on the packaging. In the United States, the FDA and FTC allow a business to omit the full address if the information can be located from publicly accessible information. Canada does not make such an exception. Therefore, Coffee Brand Coffee would be required to list the full address on every product they sell within Canada. The product must also state it is a product of USA or imported by insert name of company here for Coffee Brand Coffee. Finally, Canada has specific requirements about nutrition labels, or what they call a nutrition fact table. Generally speaking, plain unflavored coffee with no added ingredients is exempt from having a nutrition fact table on the packaging. However, if Coffee Brand Coffee decides to offer their flavored coffee, a nutrition fact table is required for the bag. It is worth noting that this is different from the FDA-approved nutrition label. Here is an example of a nutrition fact table. Everything is written in English and French with equal prominence. This to me seems like the biggest difference from an FDA-compliant nutrition label. The only information that is exempt from the bilingual requirement is your company name and principal place of business. This can be in English or French, but does not have to be in both languages. Canada also has very specific requirements on minimum font sizes and scaling for text printed on the packaging. This is also managed by the CFIA. Where you put the text matters just as much as the size of it. Canadian law states that the front of the bag must contain the common name, i.e., whole bean coffee in English and French, and the net quantity declaration. Other required information, such as the dealer name and address, country of origin, and any applicable nutrition fact table or list of ingredients, can be on the sides of the bag or the back of the packaging. However, Canada does not allow any required information to be on the bottom of the bag where it is not easily visible to a consumer. So far, everything I have described about labeling applies to unflavored coffee. When it comes to flavored coffee, there are a whole other set of requirements that Canada adds on. I will go over them as quickly as possible, but ask yourself, do you think Jeremy would really go to all this trouble just to sell a bag of blueberry cobbler in Canada? Anytime something like oils, extracts, or flavorings are added to coffee, certain exemptions for the unflavored coffee go away under Canadian law. For example, a nutrition fact label would be required on all flavored coffee sold by Coffee Brand Coffee. Flavored coffee is different because of the potential introduction of calories, sugars, fats, sodium, or if a nutrient claim is made on the bag. Flavored coffee would also be required to include an ingredients list in Canada. Because flavoring agents are introduced, our bag of blueberry cobbler is considered a multi-ingredient product and therefore must include an ingredients list in both French and English. The same rule of thumb applies to any potential allergens. If Coffee Brand Coffee manufactures flavored coffee in a facility where the product could be potentially exposed to known allergens or is flavored with known allergens like corn, soy, or wheat, that information must also be disclosed on the flavored coffee packaging in both English and French. Ingredients must also be listed in a specific way. Coffee Brand Coffee would be required to list the ingredients by weight, with the most prominent ingredient first and all other ingredients in descending order by weight. Again, this information is required in both English and French. In addition to this, if the flavorings used contain sugar, sweetener, or syrup, that also must be disclosed on the packaging in English and French. Finally, Coffee Brand Coffee would be required to clearly state on the front panel that the product is flavored so it is not misleading and must be included in the name. For example, a bag of Coffee Brand Coffee's vanilla sugar cookie coffee would be required in Canada to say vanilla sugar cookie flavored coffee and also list the name in French with equal weight given to its English counterpart. If the flavoring is strictly artificial, CFIA would require Coffee Brand Coffee to state artificially flavored coffee in both English and French as well. Another hurdle Coffee Brand Coffee would need to clear to sell product in Canada is to comply with customs and taxes. Most small businesses hire a Canadian customs broker to handle electronic border declarations and clearance with the Canada Border Services Agency, or CBSA, and CFIA. Since we know Jeremy likes to outsource almost everything and doesn't really oversee anything himself, I think it's entirely plausible that he would hire someone like this to handle all the Canadian paperwork on his behalf. Coffee Brand Coffee would also be required to register for a 9-digit business number with the Canada Revenue Agency, or CRA, and establish an import-export account. Think of this like the Canadian IRS. We covered a lot of information in this video. In my opinion, it is safe to say that expanding Coffee Brand Coffee the right way is going to require a lot of hard work and making sure everything is fully in compliance. The question really becomes, is Jeremy going to make sure that everything is done in accordance with what these companies require? or the government of Canada. We have seen over the last few months that Coffee Brand Coffee has been out of compliance with the FDA and FTC as they have been selling on Amazon and their own website. If Jeremy is serious about expanding Coffee Brand Coffee into these avenues, it is my opinion that it will be rushed and full of mistakes, like how the Walmart Marketplace rollout has been so far. If you have made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to the channel for more content like this and leave a like on the video if you learned something today. And I will see you in the next video.